If you're only testing 5 to 10 ad creatives every single month, that is the reason why you are not scaling. So in this video, I'm going to show you how we make 500 to 1000 ad creatives every single month without burnout for 35 plus enterprise level clients, generating millions of dollars in revenue. So what we're going to be using is something called Poppy, which is essentially like Miro board and ChatGPT and Claude had a baby. I want to take over the world, so everybody sells all the other subscriptions and only gets this, which kind of makes sense. It costs the same as all the other subscriptions. But what it allows you to do is source lots of different data from different places without it being only a text-based LLM. And I've used it for generating video ideas for my other channel that has 156,000 subscribers. And I'm going to run through an example with a brand new client that we have. So all of this starts with a single source of truth, right? And this thing right here is going to be your research doc. And that is basically a document that looks like this. It has lots of information about features, benefits, desires, needs, struggles, objections that we have collected from Reddit forums, TikTok comments, reviews, etc. In fact, in my community, I show you how to build one of these. But essentially, you want to download it as a PDF, and you want to firstly upload that here. What's great about Poppy is you just drag things in, and that's it. By the way, you can just click the link below, and you can access Poppy and get $25 off, and I get a bit of a kickback because I need to make money too. Anyways. Now that we have this source of truth, we want to pass it through a filter, and this filter is going to allow us to make winning ad creatives. This is a video, and it's got a checkbox because, yeah, we made money. And so what is this filter? So this filter is essentially finding winning concepts from competitors or adjacent brands. Now, you can go different swipe files or whatever, but what's good about Poppy is that actually you can add different types of content like Facebook ads, LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram videos. And so let's actually go find some video examples. Now you can use a swipe file. I have my own swipe file, link below, or I'll just show you kind of how I would do it if I didn't have that. So first thing I would do is I would ask ChatGPT to research what brand I have, and actually you can probably use it inside Poppy. So let's just do it in Poppy. So what brand is Adal XR? Okay, so it's done that. What are the competitors? So it's giving me some competitors. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go on foreplay, go to discovery, and I'm going to research those competitors. So one of them was thesis. Now what's important is that, let's say I found an ad and I want to find something that is the longest running. The problem is some of these ones here, I can't actually use them because I can't just copy a foreplay link directly. They have to be live ads in order for it to work with the software. So alternatively, I could just download it, or I can click here, I can go to transcript, and I can get a transcript. But some of them don't have a transcript because there's no audio in it. But this one does, for example. I click here, I click transcript, and you can copy this transcript, paste it over, and then have Poppy replace this. But what I'm going to do instead is I'm actually going to go here to a filter, do status, still running, find longest running, and then find one like this.
The first time I took it, I was wired, you know?
Okay, so that looks like a very good ad. If I click this button here, I can click this button here, which takes me to Facebook's ad library. And then I can click here, copy ad link, and I can essentially paste it into here. And you can see here I have the actual ad. I have my research document, so I'm going to click and drag my research document to this chat. I want to drag the Facebook ad to the chat, and I'm going to wait for that to load. So the first thing I'm going to do is explain the ad creative from Facebook that I added. Because what we wanted to do is actually go through and source the creative so it understands it. So, okay, this is a video testimonial for thesis. Creative breakdown. It opens with a relatable, energetic statement. The first one I took it, I was wired. Great. This will make sense. So it actually breaks it down like a copywriter, which is awesome. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just paste this prompt. You are an expert direct response copywriter who has generated over $100 million in sales with Facebook ads and scripted thousands of UGC ad creatives. Analyze the structure and flow of this concept and adapt it to our product using the categorized insight. If you don't know what that is, if you go inside here, you can see the categorized insights for Adal, for our client, which are the pain points, for our solutions, desires, all of this stuff, right? And also, whilst that's loading, I'm going to go to the client site website, and I'm going to find the click here and get the actual product description. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to drag it into the chat. Make sure the insights are relevant to the key persona. So if you go inside the research document, there are key personas here. So these are avatars. If you don't know how to find one of those, you can click this video right here and I'll show you how to do it for free. So, and I also say explain your reasoning for each stage of the script, and then you press enter. And as you can see here, it basically says the hook will be from this second to this second. By the way, if you don't like zooming in and out, you can just press F for full screen and you actually get a chat. So it's just like using Claude or ChatGPT. Okay. So target persona is a productivity hacker, the Over One Pro. So now we have an actual persona. So our ad is targeting one specific person, which is the thing that I bang on about every single time. The hook. I was drinking like 6 cups of coffee a day and still couldn't focus more than 20 minutes. So person at desk looking frustrated, multiple cups of coffee is visible. So it's giving us the actual idea of B-roll to add. If you don't get this in your version, there's another prompt that I do add afterwards. So the reasoning, pain point match, okay, cool, transition. So you actually need to use your brain here and actually check that this is a good enough concept, that it makes sense, that it follows the exact principles. But the whole reason we're doing this process is that it's so easy. You just find something that works. You give it your exact data using the words from your actual buyers, and you just do that. You just make it, and then you just check it. And then once you have the right script, you give it to your AI UGC creator, or you give it to your UGC creator, and then they make it, and that's it. Okay, so this is actually very good, but 30 minutes later, I'm locked in, no jitters, no crash. I knocked out my entire to-do list by noon, and I had energy to meal prep for the week. Reasoning, timing specific, outcome, great. So objection that it pre-handles, initial skepticism about supplements. So as you can see, our prompt is very good at breaking down the reasons why they decided to include the things that they did. And you also need to check that they actually use the stuff from the actual product. If you didn't get any suggestions for footage, for B-roll for the creator, we like to give our creators B-roll. So what I like to do is I like to actually paste this prompt here. So you are now an expert UGC creator with IQ 180, because they need to use their brain so that they don't just do random stuff that they can't actually do in real life. You have millions of views on TikTok, so that we know that this is a TikTok creator, and are able to creatively use your iPhone camera to film content. So if they can do so with an iPhone, they can do it with a regular camera. Based on the categorized insights for this product, the data from the research document, the script, list the essential B-roll shots that need to be made for this concept. Press enter, and then it actually gives you the primary shots, creative angles, time lapses, POV. And I'm going to just do make a table for this so we can give it to the UG. So now we have our table exactly with the shots, what kind of, even the lighting to use, which is great. Technical specifications as in aspect ratios, because some creators still don't get it right. Now, we do have some internal frameworks on things that creators should and shouldn't do, which you can find inside our community at Creators Lab. So inside our Creators Lab, we just teach you how to go from $200 a day to $2,000 a day. And we also teach you how to make ad creative, doing our deep research protocol, how to do script writing, how to make video ads, how to actually get them. Also, we give you access to our actual pool of UGC creators that you can try and hire from, and our video editors, if you're somebody that struggles to find good talent, which we know what it's like. Now, even if you make this whole script and you find the creator and you get it done, you might still make the mistake of sending your buyer to your product page. And that's going to make you burn a lot of money. So you're going to want to watch this video to show you exactly where you should send your buyers to. With that being said, I'll see you in the next.